Family of accident victim disputes cause of death. Fire in Newtown Kitty leaves families homeless on Easter. Police catch suspects in Republic Park home invasion. In the region, St. Lucia MULLS phased reopening. And internationally, deadly tornadoes rip through the southern United States. Greetings and welcome to another edition of Channel 2 Headline News Update. I am George Gonzalez. Thank you for joining us. The World Bank recently projected Guyana's real GDP to grow by 51.7% at constant market prices. In its semi-annual report on the Latin America and Caribbean region titled The Economy in the Time of COVID-19, the World Bank anticipates that oil production will boost GDP growth to unprecedented levels in 2020. However, the financial institution warns that the ongoing elections and COVID-19 pandemic may adversely affect the projection, saying, quote, "While this could transform Guyana, there are risks as illustrated by a still incomplete election outcome and compounded by falling oil prices and the COVID-19 epidemic. Weak public service delivery and monitoring systems constrain the development of policies to reduce poverty and protect the vulnerable." End quote. A fire in Newtown Kitty left over 15 persons homeless on Easter morning. Bibi Bacchus went to the scene and filed this report.
For two households in Newtown Kitty, the peace of Easter morning was shattered by an early morning fire. At around 9:30 hours, flames ignited a house situated at lot 149 Danrad Street. The fire quickly spread from one wooden structure to the attached dwelling of another family. Annette Haywood, a mother of 8, said she had just returned from working the night shift as a security guard. She had just made breakfast for her kids and retired to bed when the fire started.
I hear the neighbors or my daughter holler, "My mommy, fire." By the time I jump up and open my eyes, my house was already in fire. I don't know how it started, I have no idea. But I just see the fire and how I get so panicky, I just run. I didn't have to save nothing. All my valuables, my money, everything just gone up in flames, everything.
While some of the residents were too distraught to speak, others explained that they have lost everything since the blaze engulfed the home so quickly.
When I come outside, I see the fire blazing on the one side, and by then, everybody put your water, the whole thing started burning. LUCIA enclosed everything.
The fire has left 15 persons homeless. Fire Chief Marlon Gentle said they were able to put out the blaze without anyone being injured or any other buildings being destroyed. The fire is still of unknown origin. Nevertheless, an investigation has been launched. For Headline News Update, Bibi Bacchus.
Thanks, Bibi. Over the weekend, Acting Medical Superintendent of the Linden Hospital Complex, Dr. Joseph London, announced that the 6-year-old girl who recently died at the hospital while experiencing severe respiratory symptoms tested negative for COVID-19. However, this afternoon, the Regional Health and Emergency Committee of Region 10 confirmed that a second person in Linden has tested positive for the novel coronavirus. Dr. London explained that the 29-year-old woman who lives in the same neighborhood as Linden's first case displayed mild symptoms of the disease. He disclosed that the woman was treated and sent home where she was advised to self-isolate pending the test results. After the results came back positive, the relevant authorities were contacted. The woman is currently a patient at the Diamond Hospital. Stick around. After the break, family of accident victim disputes cause of death, and police catch home invasion suspects while a killer is on the run in Linden.
Hurry down to Zasco on 15 North Road between Camp and Wellington Streets. Quality products at low cost for every room in your home. 65 and 55 inches high-end 4K smart TVs. Samsung French door fridges. Black & Decker appliances. Queen and king size Canadian-made mattresses. German-made pressure pots in 5 to 9 liters. 12-piece pot sets, knife sets, cutlery sets and pans, commercial fans. Samsung smart stoves. Canadian-made 3-piece recliner sofa sets. air fryers, and Hamilton Beach hot and cold water dispenser.
For that reliable, prudent, and courteous traveling experience, your choice is G3 Cabs, located at 228-229 Aubrey Barker Road and Beverly Close, South Rentville Gardens. Travel in comfort and safety with our deluxe fleet of new vehicles and neatly trimmed drivers serving our customers around Georgetown. We deliver cooking gas, small packages, run errands, and provide minor vehicular roadside assistance such as jump starts of vehicles, flat tires, spare wheel assistance, and more. Contact us on 218-4982 or 218-4500. G3 Cabs. You can count on us.
Hi Guyana, it's your boy Kimo Paul here. Remind you to stay at least 1 meter away from persons or 3 feet to avoid contracting the flu or the COVID-19. It is also important that we stay at home and to avoid gatherings of more than 5 persons. We must all play our part, so let's protect ourselves and our families from COVID-19. We must all play our part. The Ministry of Public Health cannot do this alone, so let's all come together and fight this virus.
For further information, check our website www.health.gov.gy or visit the ministry's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or Twitter page.
Oh gosh, what's this? Me son can't read or spell. Stop! 0 out of 20. This is what I could do here.
Hi guys, my name is Ms. Singh and I'm the senior teacher at the Literature After School program. Due to the spread of the coronavirus and the need for social distancing, we have moved our in-class learning activities to online via Skype. On the online side, we will be focusing on spelling, phonics, reading, and the National Grade 6 assessments. For more information, you can inbox us or call us.
Contact us on 675-4379.
I can call them now.
Hidden Treasures, discovering gems in young minds.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
Welcome back. During this past Easter weekend, the police force solved 3 violent crimes while the killer of a Linden clothes vendor remains on the run. Here's more. 3 suspects are currently in police custody in connection with an armed home invasion and robbery in Republic Park on Thursday. The victims positively identified the suspects, and several pieces of jewelry have already been recovered. The police are reportedly seeking additional suspects in the crime. A dispute over loud music turned deadly for one Enmore family on Sunday night. 40-year-old laborer Albert Ragu was reportedly beaten and stabbed by his sister-in-law and her husband. According to police, Ragu and his wife lived in the lower flat of a building while the suspects lived in the above flat. He reportedly armed himself with a cutlass and confronted the couple about the volume of their music on Sunday evening. However, the two disarmed him before choking him and stabbing him in the abdomen. Ragu was admitted to the Georgetown Public Hospital in a critical condition. He died Monday morning. His sister-in-law and her husband are currently in police custody. On Monday afternoon, the prime suspect in the brutal murder of a 24-year-old woman in East Berbice Quarantine confessed to the crime. Suraj Veer Sami, also known as Radesh, of Hampshire Village reportedly killed his lover, Devika Vanessa Vikram, after she wanted to end the relationship. He initially told investigators that he found her hanging, but eventually he admitted to having committed the crime on April 9th. Her body was reportedly found in a blue barrel in a trench in Belvedere, East Berbice Quarantine on April 11th. And in Linden, police are currently investigating the shooting death of a clothes vendor. 43-year-old Glenroy Chapman, aka G, of Half Mile Linden, was shot in front of his home on Monday evening. According to reports, Chapman was talking to a friend when a lone masked gunman approached the two and shot Chapman several times. Investigators believe that Chapman was the only intended target. Last Wednesday, a motorcyclist died in an accident on the Houston Public Road. Initial police reports say he was the only one involved, but the family contends that someone else collided with the victim, and they are seeking the public's assistance to prove it. Esther Sopas brings us that story.
Last Wednesday was a sorrowful day for relatives of 29-year-old Sean Andrew Burrows of Denhamstel, West Coast, Guyana. He died on the Houston Public Road as he was driving home. According to the police, at around 15:30 hours, Burrows was riding his motorcycle at a fast rate along the roadway when he reportedly lost control of the motorcycle and collided with the concrete median. However, his sister disputes the police report. According to information she received, Burrows was killed in a hit-and-run accident.
Apparently he was hit, and due to him not feeling well because he's struck with asthma, he was like unconscious, and that sent him into the medium, because that is what the officer told us today, that they heard that he ride into a medium. But after just now, my cousin, who was the owner of the motorcycle that present him hit, they told him that the new information that they received was someone hit him from the back, and due to him wasn't feeling well, he ran into the medium, which caused him to die on the road there. Apparently he was out there like for a whole half an hour and so, because passerby were passing him on the road. He was just lying there bleeding from his ears, his nose. There was a lot of blood on the road, and people were scared to remove him until a cantor who passed, and they picked him up and took him to the hospital.
On Friday, the police announced that they have opened a full investigation into the death. Nonetheless, the family is still seeking a definite answer to what killed Burrows.
We're calling on the general public. Someone has to see something. Someone must have known something. We're calling on the general public to help put closure to this. Help bring this perpetrator to justice. My brother didn't deserve to die in the manner that he died, cold and alone on the road without his siblings around him. If anybody know about this accident, anybody have videos or footage of it, we're asking you guys to please come forward with it. You can hit us up.
If you may have video evidence of the accident, please contact Burrows' family on 665-5761 or contact your nearest police station. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. Guards stationed at the Lusignan prison have thwarted an attempt to smuggle contraband into the facility. On Sunday morning, a 40-year-old laborer of Lusignan Railway Embankment, East Coast Demerara, was caught in the act of attempting to throw a bag containing 2 cellular phones, 104 grams of suspected cannabis, and other items over a wall of the Lusignan prison compound. He attempted to flee, but he was caught a short distance away. Don't go away. After the break, we have your regional and international news.
down to Zasco on 15 North Road between Camp and Wellington Streets. Quality products at low cost for every room in your home. 65 and 55 inches high-end 4K smart TVs. Samsung French door fridges. Black & Decker appliances, queen and king size Canadian-made mattresses. German-made pressure pots in 5 to 9 liters. 12-piece pot sets, knife sets, cutlery sets and pans, commercial fans. Samsung smart stoves. Canadian-made 3-piece recliner sofa sets. Air fryers and Hamilton Beach hot and cold water dispenser.
For that reliable, prudent, and courteous traveling experience, your choice is G3 Cabs, located at 228-229 Aubrey Barker Road and Beverly Close, South Rentville Gardens. Travel in comfort and safety with our deluxe fleet of new vehicles and neatly trimmed drivers serving our customers around Georgetown. We deliver cooking gas, small packages, run errands, and provide minor vehicular roadside assistance such as jump starts of vehicles, flat tires, spare wheel assistance, and more. Contact us on 218-4982 or 218-4500. G3 Cabs. You can count on us.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
Oh gosh, what's this? Me son can't read or spell. Stop! 0 out of 20. Is what I gonna do here?
Hi guys, my name is Ms. Singh and I'm the senior teacher at the Literature After School program. Due to the spread of the coronavirus and the need for social distancing, we have moved our in-class learning activities to online via Skype. On the online side, we will be focusing on spelling, phonics, reading, and the National Grade 6 assessments. For more information, you can inbox us or call us.
Contact us on 675-4379.
I can call them now.
Hidden Treasures, discovering gems in young minds.
Stop the spread of germs that can make you and your friends sick. Cover your nose and mouth with a tissue when you sneeze or cough. Then throw away that tissue in a bin with a cover. If you do not have a tissue, cough or sneeze into bent elbow. When you are finished, wash your hands thoroughly with clean water and soap while you sing the happy birthday song. If water and soap are not available, use hand sanitizer while you count from 1 to 10 slowly. A message from the Ministry of Public Health and PAHO WHO.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at news in the region and around the world. St. Lucia's Prime Minister Alan Chesnut has announced plans for a phased reopening of the island's economy as the fight against the novel coronavirus continues. In an address on April 12th, he disclosed that after another round of testing, the number of positive cases remains at 15. According to Chesnut, if this trend continues, the government will work with the public and private sectors for a phased reopening of the economy by the end of the month. He said the decision to plan for the reopening of commercial activities was also informed by the success of the Ministry of Health has had in their contact tracing efforts. Many of Latin America's countries were already on the brink of economic recession, but with the coronavirus pandemic sweeping the region and their leaders sometimes confusing response to combating COVID-19, they prayed for their health and livelihoods. Al Jazeera's Lucia Newman reports.
In Haiti, the government has ordered a total lockdown. But in the capital of the Western Hemisphere's poorest country, some Catholics ventured outside to the shuttered gates of this Catholic church to hear the Easter Sunday service. Not everyone had internet to listen to the Mass online.
If it wasn't for coronavirus, the church would be full of people. There wouldn't be room for all of us. Today is the day of Jesus' resurrection, a great victory over death, and it is fundamental to Christianity.
Others could not be consoled.
We are seeing the end of the world, so why can't we put our hands together and pray? We can't greet each other. It's the end of the world, the end of times.
Throughout Latin America, home to more than 40% of the world's Roman Catholics, millions renounce tradition in the name of public health. Where they could, Catholics watched religious services online.
We have to find a way to be close to the people, and thanks to the willingness and inspiration of people, we could do this through social media.
While churches remained empty, Mexico's health officials used the public holiday to finally begin wider testing for COVID-19. The death toll is growing rapidly, and just as in Brazil, Mexico's president had underplayed the severity of the pandemic. Many are praying that not only will they and their loved ones survive this new virus, but also its economic impact in a region that was already in trouble before the pandemia. In a report issued on Easter Sunday by the World Bank, the forecast for this year is grim. In Argentina, Brazil, and Mexico, it foresees a negative GDP of 5 to 6%, and even higher for some Caribbean islands. All this is an estimate. The peak of the pandemic is still weeks away, which is why Venezuela has extended its nationwide lockdown until April 30th, and Argentina and Peru until April 26th. By contrast, here in Chile, the government has decided to reopen communities in the capital on Monday that were quarantined for only 2 weeks, despite a stern warning by the WHO not to relax isolation measures too soon. Lucia Newman, Al Jazeera, Santiago.
And internationally, a cleanup is underway across the southern United States after tornadoes swept through over the weekend, killing more than 30 people. Al Jazeera's Charlotte Bellis reports.
The tornado touched down in northwest Georgia and carved an 8-kilometre path across the land. In its way were 2 mobile home parks and the Pritchett's home. Emma and Charles built it themselves 49 years ago. Now they must start again.
Well, you want to know how long it took? About 5 seconds.
It's awful. It really is, to see my home gone. And it is gone.
Their home, one of 23 in the state that was destroyed. Dozens more were damaged.
It's just a disaster.
It is.
I mean, what else you make out of it? You got a house at 34, so it goes through the woods through yonder, well then you ain't got nothing.
The storms tore across the south on Sunday and Monday. There were reports of 60 tornadoes and more than 400 incidents of severe weather. One tornado is estimated to have ripped a 250-kilometre path across South Carolina. In Mississippi, 2 tornadoes a few kilometres apart carved parallel paths of destruction. President Trump said his administration, governors, and the Federal Emergency Management Agency were working together to bring help.
It's a tough deal. That was a bad level 5. That was a bad group. That's as high as it gets. It was a bad grouping of tornadoes, something that's something incredible. The power, the horrible, destructive power.
You can't see nothing.
Heavy rain compounded the damage, causing flooding and landslides. Power was knocked out to 1.3 million people from Texas to Pennsylvania.
When I seen the rain coming in sideways, and then I could hear on this side of my ear, I could hear the tornado making rumbling noises. So I went in the bathroom and took shelter. Humbling to see the community we grew up in destroyed.
The damage piled upon hardship from coronavirus. Georgia's governor said some victims had lost their jobs and now their homes. Alabama's governor suspended social distancing rules so people could huddle together in storm shelters. Now, hundreds of Americans cannot abide by stay-at-home orders. They look for what they can salvage and prepare to move on. Charlotte Ballas, Al Jazeera.
That's all for today's regional and international news. Here is the 3-day weather forecast. That's all for this edition of Headline News Update. Tune in Wednesday at 7 p.m. for another episode. Be sure to subscribe, like, and follow us on Facebook and YouTube. Also, visit our website at headlinenewsguyana.com for all the news we couldn't fit in this newscast. Until then, take care.